"You're very unattractive when you whine, Isaac." That's what she'd say, of course, if she were still here. I find it both irritating and oddly comforting that I can hear her voice so clearly without even trying. She may as well never have died, given that she's every bit as exasperating in my imagination as she ever was in person. Just get on with it and tell them about the giant. Agnes and I were getting ready for bed, and fighting, of course, about whose turn it was to stoke the wood stove, when our mother lifted her head and told us to shush. Agnes was my twin sister, and Mama always claimed we came out of her womb mad as weasels, screaming hell and death at each other. Same as every day afterward. The midwife hauled me out only a few minutes ahead of Aggie, who no doubt thought the whole sordid business was my fault and something I should have warned her about. "Shush, both of you," Mama repeated. She was nursing Hilda, our baby sister, by the wood stove. "Did you hear that noise?" "What noise?" Agnes asked. "The giant," I said. "Don't be ridiculous," Agnes said. "Giants aren't real." "Shush!" Mama insisted. I was 8 and had just read Jack and the Beanstalk. I was a timid kid with a perverse imagination, and long before the story of Jack and his magic beans came into my life, I was jumping at phantom faces in every shadow. I believed the large rock beside our house was a troll turned to stone, waiting for the next dark of the moon to become flesh. I swore I could hear nymphs and demons battling for dominion in the restless water of Bingham Creek. I dreamt almost every night of warty, jaundiced witches, lumbering ogres, and pallid ghosts with milky eyes. Yet the old fairy tale about Jack, the giant killer, a murderous, thieving boy who not only got away with his sins, but was actually rewarded for them, unsettled me in a way few things did. Whatever my mother may have heard that night, I heard a vengeful relative of Jack's slain giant rousing to wrath somewhere up the canyon. Agnes and I had just finished bathing in the claw-foot cast-iron tub Father bought for Mama at Christmas. There was no privacy in our one-room house. Agnes and I shared a cramped bed on one side of the room next to Hilda's crib. Father and Mama's bed was on the opposite wall, a few feet from the kitchen table. It was the only home Agnes and I knew, and we couldn't imagine not bumping into each other every time we hunched over to tie a shoe.